The Reds start the season away and Arne Slot has his first proper day. The rumours begin to be bandied about as a winger could soon be on his way out. The good, the bad and the ugly at Liverpool FC, brought to you by the LFC file for the off-season weekly update number 3. Roll the intro, Arne. Welcome back, one and all, for the latest instalment of the Good, the Bad and the Ugly at Liverpool FC podcast. The weekly update, let's call it number 3 for the off-season for the upcoming 24-25 season. As always, it's a bit of a, you can probably guess what I'm going to say. If you like the content, do like, subscribe, press the notification bell, don't press them, but you can tell your friends and colleagues, everyone, and let's continue to spread the word. So thanks very much for that. And of course, as usual, the blog is available in written form on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks. So without further ado, let's get into it with the good. And the good is that at long last, Arne Slot is now properly installed as a Liverpool head coach. And yesterday he gave his first interview. So you can see I've got the Liverpool Echo there with their headline: Liverpool confirm Arne Slot first interview date and time, which, unless you've been living under a rock, was yesterday at 4 o'clock BST time. So yes, I set a notification on my phone, completely missed it, but then I saw the replay. A very nice interview. I think he's, I'm optimistic, actually. I'm optimistic, and there's quite a few similarities he's pointed out between, Liverpool and Feyenoord. And it's good to, that he's kind of, he's got an awareness of these things. It's fairly similar to Klopp as well. I mean, Liverpool historically is let's say, a working class club. With Feyenoord as well, they're next to a dock, same as Liverpool. They've got this kind of working, tough, hard mentality, let's say, or let's say resilient mentality. It's very similar to Dortmund as well. The omens look good so far, and hopefully it would continue. And I've got a little clip there of the interview. And he was principally just talking about being away on holiday, speaking a lot with Richard Hughes. So it seems anyway that there are some plans to bring in 1 or 2 players, maybe let some go. We'll come on to that in a bit. So yes, it's very, very nice interview. As I say, he seems to have a good handle on the club, what it means to the city and the fans. And this, I think, is going to put him in good stead. And I just hope that we as fans, I certainly will give him full support. A tricky away fixture to start, but we'll come on to that shortly. So, very nice to see him. He seems very happy. You can see he's very proud, that he's at Liverpool. And he mentioned as well the AXA training facility. And he kind of, you can see his excitement at working with such great facilities. All due respect to Feyenoord, I'm not sure where they train, but it's unlikely that it's going to be at the level of the AXA training centre. So that was good to see, and let's see how the club or the team, let's say, develop over the pre-season and the beginning of next season. And he did point out, actually, on Arne, I'll just call him Arne because it's easy, unless you're from Liverpool, actually, because you roll your R's there, so maybe it's a bit easy to say Arne. So one thing he mentioned, which was quite important to note, was where he said, that his way of playing is very similar to Klopp, but he also said it's nothing special these days. It's a very modern way of playing football, and I think this is true, and I think this is what's held Liverpool in such good stead, because this way of playing football is a successful way, and it's a very tough way to counter. And this is, at the end of the day, why Klopp has won more games than he's lost. It's a simple fact. So looking forward, and let's move swiftly on to the not bad. And the not bad is the fixture list, which has come out. I'm just going to look at the first three, basically. Excuse me, got a bit of a dodgy throat this week. Yeah, the first three fixtures we're going to have a quick look at. So I've got the BBC there, and you can see the first game is away at Ipswich. So it's actually a bit tricky. It's a bit of a baptism of fire. And I think over recent years, Liverpool tend to play newly promoted teams early on. I haven't looked back at the fixture list, but the likes of Bournemouth, West Brom come to mind. I haven't, as I say, I haven't looked at the fixtures list historically, but it seems to be that Liverpool do tend to get newly promoted teams, whether it's away or at home in the first fixture. So that's really, let's say, no surprise in my eyes, so to speak. And then there's a home fixture against Brentford, and very early on is an away trip to the wrong end of the East Lancs Road to face the Red Devils. So this is going to be a very interesting early marker. I'm pretty bullish for Liverpool, actually, even if it's away at Man United, because if it's under Ten Hag, it's quite likely they're going to play for a draw like they did last time. You would think they're at home, they should try and get a result. The FA Cup, I wouldn't say they played reasonably well, but they played better than they did in the league fixture anyway last season. So that's going to be an interesting one. And you know what? While we're at it, I know I was going to focus on the first three, but let's have a look anyway and see what stands out. So we've got the Manx in the third game. Let's have a look. So what we've got 4th of August, Man United, Liverpool. So it looks like that's probably the Charity Shield, isn't it? I would imagine. So yeah, we got the Manx on the 31st of August, which is my birthday actually. So donations, presents happily accepted. Crystal Palace in October away. This is going to be an interesting one because I think what's his name, Oliver Glasner. He's actually a very good coach, and we saw the way they snuck a 1-0 win at Anfield. I think Crystal Palace are going to be a team to watch next season. And then after that, there's Chelsea away, mid-October, 19th of October. Arsenal away, 26th of October. That's Chelsea at home, Arsenal away. What else we got? Man City at home, November, 30th of November. Very good, that's very good. And then let's see if we can get down to the business end of the season. Let's look at it that way. Last game of the season, or 25th of May, I would guess it is. That's Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. That's a home game. And I think this is going to be a very important game. And then at the beginning of May, let's say at the end of April, they've got Liverpool have got Tottenham at home, 26th of April. And then the 3rd of May, Chelsea away. 10th of May, Arsenal at home. And then Brighton, no disrespect to Brighton, 18th of May away. So it's going to be a very interesting run-in. Let's have a look at the old Christmas period, what we got at Crimbo. So Man City, end of November. Yeah, this we said already, that's at home. Newcastle away. And then Everton away, that's on the 7th of Dec. Oops, press the wrong button there. And then over the Christmas period, doesn't seem too bad. Tottenham away. Leicester City at home on Boxing Day. West Ham away on the 29th. And then Man United at home on the 4th of Jan. Wow. That's going to be an interesting one. So it's going to be an interesting festive season and a very interesting run-in as well at the business end of the season. So let's hope Mr. Slot does his thing, and most importantly, that the players turn up and do their thing, and we as fans do our thing. And let's see if we can bring home number 20 next season. No pressure. Moving swiftly on to the ugly. And the ugly this week, well, ugly, I wouldn't really say it's ugly, but it's a sign of, I wouldn't say things to come, it's a sign of just, it's how the land lies, to be honest. And this is the current rumour doing the rounds that Luis Diaz, his agent, has held talks with Barcelona about a potential move. And I've got 442 here who carried the story, and they've got their headline, Liverpool report, Luis Diaz agent in talks with Barcelona with exit looming. Liverpool star Luis Diaz looks to have 1 foot out of the door with a meeting set with Barcelona. No smoke without fire, to use an old phrase. I think it's quite likely that he's going to go, I would imagine. I don't know why. He's been a decent enough player. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's probably because if you look back historically, the likes of Suarez, the Hispanic South American players that Liverpool have had. Mascherano as well is another one. Not so much the Brazilians, but the Spanish-speaking South American clubs. If they come to Liverpool, you can almost guarantee that if a Barcelona or a Real Madrid, you can forget any of the other teams, if they come in, then they're out the door. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this develops. And this podcast wouldn't be this podcast without, before wrapping up, a quick look at some kind of fantasy football variant. And as you know, I'm in the UEFA Champions League competition. I'm not in a league, actually, which is a bit of a pain because you have to either make a league or you're just in one of these leagues with like 5 million people or something in your number, 250,900. Not great. But anyway, here's my team here. FC Aki and Saltfish. I'll change the name to something a bit more in keeping, let's say, with myself and the old roots, let's put it that way. So FC Aki and Saltfish, as you can see, the first week, so we've got MD1 there, and I've got 80 points, which is not bad at all. So Bellingham got 12, captain. Who was my captain? Oh yeah, it's Mbappe. He got 8 points before breaking his nose. There you go. And Wertz as well, Florian Wertz, got 10 points. Just looking at it here. Yeah, not a bad haul. Cody Gakpo as well. He had a good game, didn't he, for Holland? Against, I can't remember who it was, but he scored. So got to be happy with that. Match day 2 so far, 9 points, but I'm not going to reveal the team until the end of the second match day. So with that said, on that bombshell, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks very much for stopping by. I hope this has been shorter than usual, but probably not. Always fail miserably at that. So thanks anyway for stopping by. Remember, if you've liked the content and you found it in some way, shape or form entertaining, then please do like, subscribe and press the notification bell so you know when my mug is going to be on YouTube the next time. And follow the blog, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And until next week, guys, thanks very much for your time. It's much appreciated as always. And look after yourselves and one another. And let's catch up next week. So until then, peace. ULFC.